All right. Today, I am joined here with Zahra, who's founded Third Revolution AI, which is an inclusive learning platform that uses AI to make education personalized, skill-based, and accessible for every student. No more one-size-fits-all classrooms. Every child deserves to learn at their own pace with tools that prepare them for the world ahead. Zahra, it is a pleasure to have you here today. I have one important question that I want to kick this off with today because you have a background in electrical engineering. You've decided to go through a bit of a career change. It seems to me like education really speaks to you. What was it that inspired you to move from engineering to education to starting your own business? And I'm being selfish when I ask this question because I also have a background in engineering and decided to leave that career to go after some entrepreneurial pursuits. So I know the feeling. But what inspired you to go through that change?
First of all, thank you so much for inviting me for this podcast. Okay, so moving back in 2015 or 2017, where I was in high school and I decided to make a robot out of recycled objects. I took a glass jar and I took a leftover pipe from the AC, and I have decided that I'll make a recycle robot out of this for my science expo. I have tried a lot to make that project work, but somehow before the deadline I couldn't make that project. And one of my fellow, she has a cousin who told that if you guys could have made this project, the Pakistan would have become China. So there are people who are constantly endorsing complexes in the students like us. So I was competitive. Like when I was in high school, I got selected for a competition where I have to give a test on the basis of academics and IQ. I got selected as one of the Pakistan top 300 most students, talented students. So
Sorry,
I
top 300 what? Top 300 talented students. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Pakistan has a lot of people.
exactly. A lot of students, obviously. See, so I got selected. So I have always felt competitive, but somehow, if somebody is telling me that if you could have done this, Pakistan would have become China, that if Pakistani students could do that. So somehow, in students like us in Pakistan, we always felt that we cannot reach the potential of first world countries like China, America. So when I was in high school, I felt that. Then later on in university, when I graduated, I felt that I don't know much about my field. Although I was a graduate in electronics, but I realized that universities aren't putting much practical efforts in us. They are only making graduates, and the graduates only learn theoretical concepts. Most of the
Right,
electronic
so
students
learning, sorry, just to pause there for a second. Like universities are much more focused on like the
theoretical part.
academics, the
Hmm.
textbook learning, but there's a lack of like real world application. How do you actually take this and do something with it in the real world? You said that very well. That's one of my
Yeah,
biggest complaints as well with universities. Too academic, not real enough.
yeah, exactly. The main focus was on rote learning. I still remember one of our HODs, he used to say, uh, I got married back in 1985, and this is the book I got once I was traveling with my wife for the first time. And I got this book, and I'm still teaching the same book every year till 2080. You can assume how old
Nice. 85.
five. Yes, exactly. So, and that too was an EMT subject, electromagnetic theory. So there are a lot of advancements, and even when we used to go to the markets to get that book, we couldn't find it because it was so old. So yeah, exactly.
Impossible to find. It's an antique.
Yeah, it was an antique book. It was in very bad condition also. I still remember that. So when I graduated from university, and that too, it was the top university of Pakistan. It's the Qaid-e-Azam University. It's the top university of Pakistan. Okay. So
And
I'm
for
talking about
and for those who don't know, what city is that in?
what's the reason?
Which city is that in?
It's in Islamabad, the capital of Pakistan. I am from Islamabad, the capital of Pakistan. Okay. So I was very disappointed once I graduated from the university, and the first job which I got is at LearnerBots. It's an EdTech company. Basically, that's the company which has introduced STEM education in Pakistan. Luckily, I got job there. I was selected. There were 9 to 10 students for the interview. I won't call them students. They were candidates actually. There were 9 to 10 candidates for the interview, and all were male. I was the only female, and I got
The
selected for that.
only female in the room. And just
Yeah.
quickly, for those people that don't know STEM, please remind people what STEM is.
Okay. So STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So usually it is.
All the nerd subjects.
Yeah, so it is assumed that girls can't do much in tech and girls can't do much in sciences. I
Is
was
that
the
is
Somehow it's true,
no no
but
no 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 for you, is that true?
no, that's not true
No.
for me. Obviously,
No.
I'm the example.
You're like absolutely not.
Exactly, absolutely not. So I was the only candidate who got selected. I have passed all 3 interviews and I made it to that job. Once I got selected there, I still remember on my first day, I saw students doing coding. I saw students making robots, and I was shocked that still today I don't know. I am a graduate, and these students of ages between 8 to 14 are better than me just because they were privileged enough to make it to that organization to afford those skills. So
Right.
maybe I was not that much privileged. All my education was based on scholarships. So I still remember when I was in high school, I used to saw Learnabout ads where they used to conduct workshops for students between 8 to 14 years to get to know about robotics, AI, and coding. But no, not the AI, yes, robotics and coding. At that time, I used to think that I can't afford this. I can't tell my parents to please buy this course for me or that. So no, but that became a dream, and I got the opportunity to become a trainer there. See, I couldn't go there as a student, but I got the opportunity to become a trainer there. So I
Okay,
trained
I like it.
students.
Sorry, just to pause there for a second because I think there's a really important lesson in that, which is that life is complicated, right? And sometimes we have a dream where we want to achieve a certain thing or get to a certain place. And I really like what you said there because what you're demonstrating is there can be multiple different ways to
Yes.
arrive at the same destination. And so if your first attempt or the first way or the second way or the third way doesn't work, sometimes there's another way if you're willing to think laterally and be like, hey, okay, I couldn't be there a student, but I'm smart. I can demonstrate that. They can hire me and now I can work here and now I'm still part of that. So again, I think there's a really beautiful lesson in that.
Yeah, that was a really good point for me also. I felt very good once I got selected for the interview, and that too on a very competitive basis. I got selected on merit. So once I got there, I have learned a lot of things. I still say that Learn Awards is the organization which have taught me a lot. I am very thankful to them. So I continued that job for 3 months only for some personal reasons, obviously. But in those 3 months, I have learned a lot. After that job, I also worked as a technical author. I have published more than 150 projects, or you can say 150 technical articles on
Hey,
Linux.
congratulations. You've been you
Yeah, so I have published 150 plus articles. It's a UK-based website where I have published technical articles related to Arduino, Raspberry Pi, Linux. So multiple technical subjects, or you can say topics, where I have published articles about. Then I have started my MS. I have pursued my MS in electrical engineering. So I didn't want to waste my time. My MS was in evening time, so I decided to go for a job which will be part-time or maybe not the full-time job, so I can continue with my job. Just nearby my home, there was a school, Ghazali Premier School. The school was not very advanced. It was very traditional based. I went there. I educated them that what STEM, because the school was advertising on STEM, but they didn't know what was the STEM. I went there. I asked the principal that you guys are advertising on the basis of STEM. So do you guys even know what is STEM? They told me that no, we don't know what STEM is, but we know that this is the some word that people are very attracted to. So we are using this word,
oh
and
good.
so
We we
there was a
we
much
know it's
discussion.
we
So she
we know it's a buzzword that everybody's excited about and everybody wants to
exactly.
buy STEM. I don't know what it is, but we'll just slap it on the marketing and hope for the best.
So yeah, so I went there. I asked them, do you guys even know what STEM is? They told me, no, we don't know. So I was the one. who initiated their STEM and robotics. They actually before that, the principal took me to the director who was actually the owner of the school, and he was very interested in STEM. He just knew that STEM stand for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, but he didn't know much about it. No? He said that I am very interested in introducing robotics and STEM in my schools. There were multiple branches of that school in the same area. So he said, I am very interested, but I don't know much. But our students can't do much in these subjects. Na? He said, you are talking, the things you are talking, our students can't do that. I said, no, your students can also do this. So they challenged me, literally, they challenged me. They said, it's a challenge for you for 3 months. If you could prove us that our students can also learn this, so we can raise your pay and we can provide you good benefits. So principal told me that you are interested in social work. So if you could also do consider it like a social work and do this project for 3 months, and so we can prove to the director sahab that this is actually worth it, and our students can also do this. So I worked with them for 3 months, and on the annual event, the students have made multiple games and made a website and different things which they have presented to the audience on the annual event. Director Saab got so impressed that after that they have made a robotics and STEM lab. It was the first ever robotics and STEM lab there, and it is still there. It's very advanced. The school has become so much advanced. If you want, I could also share the links so you could visit their page. The school was very like traditional, or you can say rote based beforehand, but now the students are learning. I still have the pictures how I used to conduct sessions there. They didn't get any proper lab. I was the one to set their lab. I was the one. I used to take the projector with on my hands, and I used to take a big table, put the chair on that table, and then I have to put the projector there. And then on the wall, there was no screen. On the wall, I used to project the projector with my laptop, and I had only one laptop. And on the projector, I used to connect that, and I used to teach students on that way. And students were so interested in learning those subjects that the students used to keep standing for 40 minutes. There were no seats. They used to keep standing just to learn, and they were so interested that you always used to keep running to me. And I was like that. This is what I want. I want for these students. Sorry, I said this is what I want from the students. I have told the director Saab and principal that, see, your students are very interested in learning these subjects, and later on, once they realize that the STEM and robotics lab is still there, and my sister is pursuing that lab, so
I
they,
just want I just want
yeah,
to pause there for a second because you were able to demonstrate that like not only can they learn this, but there's actually a hunger that people want to learn this. And I'd say there's a combination of wanting to learn the subject matter, but also for you as the teacher, right? They also obviously really liked your teaching style, how you were able to communicate, show demonstrations, because it sounds like people really want to like show up to your class, and maybe even people who weren't in your class were like, "Hey, can I sneak in here? Like I want to see what's going on here." And so there was this hunger inside of people that were like, "We
exactly.
want this."
Yeah, exactly. So that was very inspiring to me also, because maybe at the start I was also not sure, but once I saw that, then I was sure that I want to do this for the rest of my life. Then after that, I got a very good opportunity. Company named Innovative Generations contacted me, and they told me that we want to hire you as a STEM manager, STEM training at our organization. Basically, they were starting their new setup. They decided to start a completely new setup in Pakistan, which will be more focused on skills. So they wanted to focus more on skills like robotic skills, coding skills, and gardening skills, multiple skills they wanted to make students
Okay.
learn. And there were only three core subjects, which will also be hands-on. Like all the subjects I used to teach, they were science and math, will be hands-on. The students used to perform activities, not just learning through the books. They were doing they were seeing hands-on activities. They were doing different using different simulators. Kids used to bring their own laptops in school. Then they used to do different activities on their laptops. The kids were really happy. I was the Initially we were three members who started that school, and it's still in Islamabad, and it's still running. Then later on, more people got added, and the system got recognized, and system
Okay.
got so big that then we had to take another campus, which was very big than the previous one. But initially we started with only one room, and now it is so big that it is in 4 to 5 rooms. And
Okay.
students
Okay.
are very talented, mashallah. There, their videos are on YouTube. If anybody wants, they can go to my generation's page and they can see how students of even 8 years old are learning robotics.
Just to
But
pause there for a second. So first of all, I just want to acknowledge again, you've got that kind of scrappy entrepreneurial mindset of like of being very resourceful, right? Of like working with, okay, we maybe don't have a lot of like tools or equipment or money, but this is the little bit that we have. So we're gonna pull that together. We're gonna use what we
mm,
have and we're gonna make this, we're gonna make it work, right? Because we know that
make
there's some good stuff here that we're doing.
yes,
I did want to just go back just a little bit again, just talking about this transition that you did initially, like you started a career in electrical engineering and then you moved into education, right? Was there any pushback from like friends, family, mentors basically being like, what do you mean like you're giving up a career in electrical engineering to do education? Like were people confused? Was there a challenge? Makes sense to you. They're like, this seems like the logical path. Go ahead.
okay, no, obviously there were challenges. Obviously, when you have a
Obviously,
degree
challenges.
in, yeah, obviously when you have a degree in engineering, people expect you to do some engineering related jobs. Although I was very satisfied because I was making robots, I was doing electronics and coding. So electrical engineering is the bigger core, and in that my stream is electronics and computing. So I was doing electronic stuff, robotics, etc. I was pretty much happy with my jobs, satisfied that I am at least learning something, doing something good, and what could be better than making other people learn something new and inspire the next generation. So I was happy, but obviously my parents they did want me to go for some engineering jobs or go for some industry related jobs. But unfortunately, in Pakistan, engineering sector is not very much you can say very much big where you can get industry job. There are some private sector jobs, but they do not prioritize women there. So that's why STEM is very challenging field for women in Pakistan still, still
Right.
today, even 2020 in 2025. So my first internship was at National Institute of Electronics. So I made it to there. I learned there, but I didn't want to pursue my job there because I didn't feel a kick there. So I decided that I have to go for the EdTech, educational technology. I felt like this really, you can say, resonate with me. So after that innovative generation job, I have to leave that job after 16 months. I gave it my all, and even the person who gave my reference to the owner that you should hire her for the project you are starting, he told me that you have put so much efforts in this project that you should be at least given a chance to be a partner at this project. I have put more efforts even than the owner of that company. But somehow things didn't work out. I talked to him that I should be given at least the partnership, or at least I don't want the partnership. I want you to make my respect my decision or respect what I am saying to take the project ahead. He had made some decisions to take the school back to the traditional line, and I said that these things doesn't resonate with me. From engineering teacher, I have become a science teacher there. So I said no, I cannot do this because I am not a science teacher. I'm an MS Electrical Engineering graduate. And you are asking me to teach science to 8 to 14 year students. So I
Mhm.
said no, if you want me to teach robotics and AI, I would do that happily, but I cannot be an ordinary school teacher.
Right. So they wanted you just to be like just a general basic science student or teacher for kids.
Exactly. So things didn't work out. Then that was the point when I decided, that's enough. Now I want to start something of my own. And their third revolution was born. I have 40 members, and surprisingly, all three of them were my colleagues at some
Okay.
point. Yeah,
Right. So people
and they
people that you knew, friends, colleagues, you're like, hey, let's come together, let's work together.
yes, and they all understand that this idea has a potential. They all are very loyal to me, actually. So that's the reason that I want them as my teammates. They are very supportive and they all have worked in this field and they know all about this field. And they all trust me. That's the main part. They all have trust in me that I can do this and I can lead this project. So I am.
That's really that's really important. I just want to add there that I think there's a difference between managers and leaders, right?
Yes.
And so most when you work in a corporate environment, right, you'll have a manager. A manager tells you you got to do this by this deadline,
Mm,
and if you don't do it, you're fired, right?
yes.
And how many of us are just so happy and in love with the managers that we work with, right? Versus a leader is somebody who's able to inspire, somebody who's able to bring people together, to have a shared vision, to have like a bold vision of, hey, we're going to build this thing and it's going to be crazy and it's going to be difficult, and it's going to be fun, it's going to be weird, it's going to be wild. We're going to change the world here, and that through your energy, your aura, and through demonstrating kind of your what you've been able to accomplish, what you know, your reputation, that you then attract people into your world who then want to work with you, who want to help you, who want to help push your vision forward. And I'm getting that feeling from you that you're a leader, that you're able to have that attraction, that gravitational force where like people want to be around you and work with you and to help you. So I want
Yes.
to say congratulations on that because that's rare.
Thank you so much. Yeah, somehow nature always works for me. People do come to me automatically. The ideas come to me automatically, and opportunities especially comes to me automatically. I don't run behind opportunities; they come to me automatically. I don't know how does that work, but it happens. So currently, we have participated in Udan, Pakistan. It's a tech project where government is supporting different business ideas or AI related ideas. So we have participated in that, and we have participated with two of our projects, and both of our two projects got selected for the phase two. And inshallah, in this December, in this month, we are going there for a hackathon where we'll present, or you can say pitch our projects to the funders or to the team, to the
Mhm.
judges. And if we won that competition, we are going to get a good amount for our business to pursue with our business.
Like a
And
funding, you'll get
yeah,
funding for
exactly.
the business.
Yes, funding and mentorship at the same time.
Okay.
So yes, so we want to win that, and we are hoping, inshallah, we are working a lot, and we will win that. Even if even if it didn't work out, we have some other plans to pursue our business and our skills. Okay, so I forgot to mention that currently I'm also working as a STEM instructor at an organization which is working for underprivileged students. Yes, the students from very underprivileged backgrounds, the children of vendors and sellers come there, and they are providing them with the technical education, with the advanced education. So they hired me for that. So I also enjoy working with the underprivileged students, and I really want that all kind of students, no matter their background and their financial status, they have the right and they should get the education that is modernized and that is equal, to create the equal opportunities. So currently this doesn't happen in Pakistan because the students from the privileged backgrounds, they get the opportunity to learn the latest skills like AI skills, robotic skills, coding skills, because they are expensive, obviously. So they get the right to learn those skills. Whereas the one from the underprivileged background keeps learning the old traditional books and focus on rote memorization. They are not learning any skills to do hands-on activities and to create anything. So I want that each student should be given a chance to learn those skills.
Mhm.
So then the competition will be on equal basis. So then they can stand on same level, and then you can decide who is more competitive, because it
Based
is the
on
right.
merit, real merit, a
Yes,
meritocracy.
exactly, exactly. Not based on their finances. I don't want that the one from the privileged backgrounds whose parents are rich should get all the knowledge and should get more rich and rich, and the one who didn't get the enough opportunities would later realize that all the education I got is of no purpose. I have no skills and I have wasted all my time. I don't want any student to think like that. So I am on a mission that AI, which is artificial intelligence, once the artificial intelligence is released, we know that now we are in the same competition. Everyone can learn that. ChatGPT and Gemini, these things have created equal opportunities for the third world country and the first world country. Now we all are in the same boat. We all can learn this and we all can sell our skills online. So I think this kind of competition or this kind of facilities have made it possible for the third world countries to also stand with the first world country. And if used in the right way, and if used in the right way, we can also make our country progress. So
I agree
yes,
with you. So I agree with you on that, I mean, the internet, first of all, but then on top of that, tools like AI, but also tools like social media, which allow people to connect across borders, means that we're now living in a more flattened global world where anybody,
yes,
and again, I don't mean this literally, because like you said, there's still certain people who have more or less access. It's not 100% flat, but the world is flattening, meaning that people from all over the world can compete, can
connect.
learn these skills, and it means that we're moving more towards a global meritocracy where it doesn't matter as much where you're from or what your background is. If you're smart, if you work hard, if you're willing to learn, if you're willing to figure stuff out, it's like you can compete at the top of the world.
Yes, exactly. And I think people of Pakistan are very talented. If you give them something, they
You
will
have
make
some you have
it
some
double or
very
triple.
you have
They
some
are so
very
much
smart people
talented.
in Pakistan.
Yeah, exactly. They are very smart people because they have survived in the conditions where they had nothing. They know how to make the best use of resources, and if they are given the opportunities, they really value that. That's very important because I have worked with elite class students and I have worked with students from very underprivileged backgrounds, and I have realized the one who is underprivileged values the things more, the
Yes,
best
they
out
want
of
it
every
more.
situation.
They're
They
more
are more
excited.
positive towards the life. So I have really felt this difference.
Yep. No, I
So I
agree.
think
There's
the
definitely
students
something
from
there where
underprivileged backgrounds and third world countries should also be given chance to learn about AI, and we can integrate different practices to provide the best of the AI to teachers, to students.
I agree. I mean, there's definitely a trait in human nature that when everything is just given to a person, right? Just given, they don't value it, right? It's too easy, didn't take any work, whatever. But if you do come from that kind of a little more
Mhm.
underprivileged background where it was a struggle, and then finally somebody says, "Hey, here's an opportunity," you're like, "Oh yes, thank you. Like I'm gonna put my heart and soul into this." It's a completely different experience.
Yes, exactly. The one who has everything takes everything for granted, and the
For
one
granted.
doesn't have it for their whole life. Yeah, exactly. The one yes. So the one who doesn't have this for their whole life, they really value things. So I feel like people of Pakistan doesn't have everything from the start. So they really value things and they have good potentials. They want to work on things. They are hard workers. So that's why I have great hopes that AI can change the future of Pakistan. But at the same time, I also feel that government or other private organizations should actively participate in teaching the young generation about AI. They should invest in their education. They should invest in the idea that AI is very important at this point. We have named our company Third Revolution because I feel like the first revolution when the computer came. I still remember my father told me that in our offices, when the computer came, they used to tell us that this is the amount of fund you will get if you learn about computer. So my father learned computer and he get the certain amount every month just to learn computer. So government should introduce such supports or such funds to encourage students and
Yeah.
employees to learn about AI.
One thing I just want to go back to though, we lost your recorder. All right, I'm still here and recording. So I want to go back to again the significance of like learning AI in schools because I remember, and maybe this conversation has started to change, maybe not, but I remember, let's say 3, 4 years ago when ChatGPT was new and everybody was getting excited about it, but then suddenly there was this pushback in schools to be like, "Oh no, students are going to use AI and ChatGPT to write essays, to do their homework. Students are cheating now. Like they don't have to put the work in to use these things. And the pushback was to say like, no AI in schools. And my immediate reaction was like, okay, that's a backwards philosophy, right? If you're looking forward to the future and you're like, okay, AI is something that people will be something that everybody will be using in the future. The right approach is to say instead of banning AI, it's like, okay, let's learn how to use it to enhance our learning, right? So like how can we teach students to like use AI as a tool so that instead of writing, an essay that was this good, now they can join forces with AI and now they can write an essay that was this good and they can actually learn more. And so I'm just curious your thoughts on that in terms of like how you encourage the use of AI as a tool, and do you ever get pushback from people being like, but students aren't learning anymore, they're just cheating, like ChatGPT is doing all the work.
Oh, yes, there obviously are the perspective that people think that if we'll use AI more, we'll lose the natural intelligence. There are few of my friends who also think like that, and in the society, people also think that AI is reducing the human effort, so it is making people lazy. To some extent, that's also true that AI is making us lazy because it is doing the work that we should have put more effort if we have to do it on our own. But if you see at the broader perspective, you'll notice that it has made a lot of facilities also. It has created a lot of opportunities and facilities for us. Like the task which would have probably taken weeks for me could be completed in hours or minutes. Also, for the underprivileged background students, it has created opportunities. They can learn from it. Even if they don't have good teachers, they can learn from AI. AI have
Yeah.
made it very accessible, especially in education sector. There is a Google report and there is Microsoft report in education where they have mentioned why AI is so important for the
Hmm.
education sector. On the Netflix, there is a documentary I watched where Bill Gates stated that the initial purpose of creating AI was that we wanted to introduce this to AI and healthcare sector, that it will revolutionize the healthcare and education sector, and
Healthcare,
we
yeah.
will. Yes, and he said that we wanted this for the countries that those are very underprivileged and the third world countries where they don't have good health facilities or good education facilities. So I have seen that recently there are a lot of schools who are picking up on idea of introducing AI into their curriculum. But unfortunately, I haven't heard any school in Pakistan which have made AI mandatory course or mandatory part of their curriculum. Although in India, in Japan, in China, I have heard that they have introduced AI as a mandatory part of their curriculum. So
Got it.
I also want that Pakistan should adopt this. Otherwise, we will always remain third world because the competition is very fast right now. If we didn't learn right now, we will be left behind again, like in the past. So I don't want that. I want all of my students and I want all of my country students to learn about AI and so that we can compete on equal basis with the world.
You see this as like there's a moment in time now where you as an individual but also as a country, it's like this is a moment we can push forward and advance if we take advantage of it, but like the moment is now.
Exactly. That's what I want. For that, there are different websites, just like Teachable Machine. It's a Google platform where they support students, and it's free of cost. They allow students to learn how AI models are trained on the basis of images, on the basis of signs and different poses or sounds. So there are different programs, there are different websites and different companies who are funding the cause. So I think if we take the right step, we can actually promote this kind of education in Pakistan. And government is interested. I see that there is some programs and there is the idea in the government mind that they should support AI programs. So that's why we are hopeful for our Uran project that if we'll go there, we can make it, inshallah. So let's see how the future turns out.
How it
But
how
I'm
it
very
goes.
hopeful, and yes, and I'm very hopeful, and this dream of my the third revolution, inshallah, will be able to create this third revolution in Pakistan, where
Third
every
revolution.
kid, yes, where every kid will learn about AI and will be a creator of or innovator of future. and we'll be standing with the first world countries. That's a dream. Let's see how long it will
That's a
take.
big dream.
That's a big dream, but let's see. I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful that it has potential. And just like the story I told you, where the director challenged me for 3 months to prove it to us. So this is a challenge for myself to
Yeah.
prove. And I am hopeful that I can do
You're
this.
like, this is
Team can do.
easy, no problem. We have the right people. We have the team. We have the intellect. We have the vision. We have the leader. No problem. This will be easy. I have a question for you in terms of, again, I want to talk about the business side of things for a second, right? Because again, you've gone through this transition. You started in, let's say, a more academic role, learning engineering, and then you decided, okay, I'm done with this. I'm going to start a business. I'm going to found a new company, right? And I was going to say again, as myself too, also an engineer, right? I know that as engineers, we tend to overvalue, like, say, like the technical side of things, like building the widget, building the app. We don't tend to have a lot of respect for things like sales and marketing or all the other aspects of running a business. And I'm just curious, as you've gone in and you've started running a business and you're the founder, you're the entrepreneur, you now have to wear all of the hats of, not only do we have to make, the program, but we have to do the marketing and we have to do the sales and we have to raise money and we have to have somebody who whatever manages HR, or all the different roles that go into a business. How has that transition been for you in terms of stepping into the role of business owner? Has it been a smooth transition for you? Have there been challenges? Have you realized, oh wow, there's aspects of running a business I had never considered before? What was that transition like for you?
Obviously, being an owner or being a founder is not that easy. For me, have always felt that leadership is a great responsibility. If I have to do something on my own, I'll be very relaxed that I'll do it later, or maybe I'll do it whenever I want. But when you have a team and when you have to lead them, that's a very hard task also. You have to consider everybody's potential. You have to know what's the strength and what's the weakness of each individual, and then you have to assign the tasks accordingly. So initially, when I have made my team, I have distributed the roles or designated the roles according to their strengths. I knew the persons before because they were my colleagues, so I knew their strengths. I knew where they can be an asset to my company. So I have decided that this person will be doing this task and this person will be doing that task. So that was an easy part. After that, my team has really supported me. I have realized that working with a team is better than working alone on everything. So if
Mm,
I would be doing everything alone, that would be hard for me. Obviously, I'll have to look the business part, I'll have to look the marketing part, I'll have to plan the technical part. That would be hard for me. So I have hired a team. That team has really helped me. They are encouraging me. Even on days when I feel low or maybe not that much motivated, they are the one asking me about certain things and they have expertise in their domain. So this has made a lot of things easier for me.
got it. Got it. Okay. That's an important skill too, about learning how to have a team, but then also how to delegate. I will admit that's not one of my strong skills. It's something that I need to work on. And maybe, I don't know, maybe I have trust issues that I need to work on here, but I've always had this tendency of like, I have to do everything myself. And I think I've started to get to a point in my life where I've started to realize that, okay, maybe that served me when I was younger, but it's become counterproductive because, again, the world is so complicated and evolving quickly, and there's so many aspects. Like, I can't know everything. And so being able to delegate, and I like what you said too about being able to, like, because you've got to know these people, like, their strengths, their weaknesses, and so you can see, okay, this person is going to be really great in this role, so let's get them here. This person is going to be better over here. And so again, being able to have that level of like empathy, but being able to read somebody, to be able to know somebody so that you are plugging people into the right role so that they can serve you the best. Because that's also something I feel like most people get wrong is that people get assigned to the wrong thing and they're like, I don't really like this, I'm not interested, and then there's conflict, things start to grind, not go very well. Has that been a natural talent for you to just know what people to like see people's skills? Because I don't think most people are very good at that.
So basically, I think that's because I know them personally beforehand. So
Hmm.
before, yeah, exactly. If What do
I
you
would
have?
say even people that know people personally, it's still like being able to like see somebody's like skills and like actually understand that. I feel like most people are not very good at that.
Maybe it's because I like to talk to people a lot. Like I discuss about their life, that their interests. I usually like to discuss about different topics. So all of these colleagues, which turned out my teammates, I have talked to them about their skills, about their expertise, about their education. So I have talked to them about numerous topics. So I knew that these are their interests. This is their background. This is their education. How will they fit into that role? So I think the empathetic part is also true that you have to be empathetic towards people. They also trust me because in their maybe in their difficult times they understand that I'll be with them and I would never ditch them or I will not be mean to them. So I
Okay,
have
that
discussed.
those sorry, I have to say this that is the definition of a leader right there. That you have your tribe, you care for your tribe, and you're there for them when they're experiencing difficult times, trouble in your life, that you're genuinely there to support them, to help them. And they again, they can feel that. So that's why they're like, well, of course I'm gonna help. Of course I'm gonna help Zara here whatever she needs. Like let's go, let's do it. So sorry, I know I keep going back to this, but I think those traits of leadership are very rare, and I just need to acknowledge that because you've tapped into that.
Thank you so much. That means a lot. To be honest, I think these are natural traits, and I have never done any of these things purposefully. I naturally connect to people a lot. I feel empathetic for them, and not for a once in my life I have shown fake or made up care for others. I do feel for people, and that's the reason I'm also in this profession, that I want to educate, I want to make the students powerful, I want to make the generations powerful. So that's natural, obviously. I won't say that I have worked a lot for this. That would be a lie. So that's natural,
It
obviously.
came natural to you. Okay, well again, I like that you've embraced that talent and you're leaning into it. I am curious because I know we're almost at time here, but I just want to check in terms of okay, so you've founded this company, right? You started a new business, right? You're the leader, the founder, the owner. Obviously, in business, there's all sorts of, there's an endless list of challenges or problems that things come up. What do you feel right now if you had to like identify like one core challenge, problem, frustration that your business is experiencing, or maybe that's preventing you from growing more? Like, what would you say is like the number one problem that is just like agonizing to you that you're like, why can't we fix this? Why can't we get past this? And I want to get very real here, and talk about what's going on.
I think the challenge that we initially faced is related to marketing. We couldn't reach to the number of people that we want to reach. We know that our idea has potential. We know that this is the need of the time. But I think we are unable to reach to the that much amount of people we want to reach. We have run ads, the meta ads, but still I don't think that we have reached to the amount of people that we want to reach. So I think for future we have to work on that. And for the rest of the business, I don't think so. There are other big challenges because I don't think that investment or fundings are a big challenge. If you feel that you have skills, you can get fundings. There are several opportunities from where you can get fundings. Funding was never the big issue. Somehow it is actually an issue, but I think that could be that if we work the right way. But the biggest challenge is marketing, I think. Right now, that's
Marketing.
the challenge I feel. Yes, the marketing.
Yeah.
I think we need to learn about that because I'm from engineering background. I don't have much of a marketing background or sales background. And what's most important is that for selling point of view, I cannot lie to people actually. I cannot
hmm
lie that if
That's a good trait to have.
but yeah, for selling, somehow you have to tell people some lies, that you have to show them bright stars, that we are selling this and this. So I am very original and I am very honest. So I cannot lie to people. And the one which the person
Which is a
that
good thing.
it's a good thing, but obviously for marketing, sometimes you have to show small things big. So
So what I would say on that, because I know what you mean. In marketing, there's a tendency that everything has to be big, amazing, over the
Hmm.
top. Everything's perfect, never show any flaws. I think there's an interesting dynamic though in marketing, and it comes down to like short-term thinking versus long-term thinking. Because I have the same philosophy of you. Is like I have to be honest. Like I can't lie to people. I can't deceive people. It's bad for my soul. I just can't do it, right? And I feel like when you take that approach, what you're doing is you're taking the long-term approach, right? Because if you're willing to lie, or maybe not even lie, but just stretch the truth, let's say, and people see your marketing and they get all excited and they're like, this is it, this is the thing, and then they buy it, they get in, and then they're disappointed by it or it doesn't live up to their expectations. Well, now they feel deceived, they feel let down. So maybe, maybe that company got their money up front, but are they going to keep coming back? Are they going to keep buying? And so when you take that approach, okay, maybe sure in the short term you get some results, but by being very honest with people, by being authentic, by being real, by showing up on a podcast like this and just talking very openly and honestly, giving people a chance to like get to know you more deeply, to develop a relationship with you, to know who is the person, who is the face behind the business, and they can see you have that authenticity and that realness. What that's going to do is it's going to create a relationship with the person. And now that somebody trusts you, right? When they trust you, now you have a customer for the rest of your life, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's the long-term approach. It's a slower burn in the beginning, but if you want the like long-term sustainable results, I think it's the only way to do it.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. And yeah, people do trust me. A lot of parents of my students, they still are in contact with me. They call me and they tell me that we really trust you. We have a faith in you that whatever you are doing, we will send our students to you. We will send our kids to you. And if you are doing this workshop or not, they keep asking me that if you are running this or not, or we want to send our kids wherever you are going to start your business or your school. We are going to enroll our student to
Mhm.
that.
Exactly,
That's the
exactly,
point.
because people have that trust in you, right? You
Yeah.
have that relationship, which is a different, it's a completely different business model, which again, I think is the only way to have a long-term sustainable business that's built on like loyalty and trust, right? That's what it really comes down to. That's the unlock in business. And I think most businesses they try to play the short term game, which ultimately ends up blowing up in their face because nobody actually likes them. They don't trust them, so they don't want to keep working with
Mm.
them. They don't want to keep buying them. They don't want to support them. They don't want to refer them to their friends and be like, "Hey, look, I found this really cool. Like I should share this with you." So I really appreciate what you're doing there. Do you mind if we just dig a little bit deeper? Okay, you mentioned marketing has been a challenge. I'm curious just to understand like what are some of the different marketing channels that you've been exploring? You mentioned you've been running meta ads. I mean, obviously coming on this podcast, I'm assuming there was some inspiration there to be like, hey, this is an opportunity to get our message out. So I'm just curious to know like what are some of the different marketing channels you have been pursuing? And again, I'm asking this question selfishly because I also have a background in marketing. When I left engineering, I started learning marketing because I recognize again, hey, I've got this entrepreneurial itch in me. Marketing is going to be a core component of that. So I have to understand at least some of the basics. So yeah, can you just share a little bit about what are the different channels or vehicles for marketing that you've been exploring and maybe some insights into which ones have been working, which ones haven't been working as well yet?
Okay, so we have a page on Instagram. We have our LinkedIn page. We have on our Facebook page. We have run meta ads. For the video part, I don't think we have invested much in the video part. Technically, we are very new into domain and we have just started recently. But for the long term and for future, we are planning to make some videos and to upload some good content. But
Hmm.
we are just waiting to get done with our Oran project because this is a deal breaker for us. This will decide the path we are going to opt for in future. Currently, we are a little bit slowed down just because we want to get through this with this phase. But
Sure.
before that, we have run certain ads. We had a graphic designer who had designed multiple posts for us. We posted those on our social media pages like Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. So I think. This is all that we have done till now. We didn't post anything on YouTube.
Okay. Okay. Do you mind if we just go a little bit deeper? Let's just pick one like LinkedIn, for example, right? Okay, so you mentioned you have a LinkedIn page, which is kind of the first step. Now I'm curious, like what have you and your team too, because you mentioned okay, you've got a team, maybe you've delegated the marketing side of things, I'm not sure. But what is it that you're doing on LinkedIn? Okay, one component is posting content. Do you then have an active outreach process where you're going out and like you're connecting with new people? Like how are you bringing new people into your world? And two, if this is still new and you're figuring it out, what is the plan of what you guys are planning on doing?
Okay, so yeah, we have LinkedIn page, and initially we were posting on LinkedIn about different stories like why is AI important, why is it necessary to learn AI, how AI is going to take over jobs. So were posting content like that on the almost daily basis or after every single day. Initially, we were doing that. We were sharing with our network that please go and like our LinkedIn page, show your response and give us feedback. So initially, we got a good response. The people from our network went on our pages. They contacted us. A lot of people contacted me personally that we really support your goal. We really support your project. Do let us know if you need any kind of assistance or any support. So I got good response initially, but I think from the student perspective, all the work that I have done before, the videos and the session videos belong to some other educational institute. So I couldn't use those videos. So,
Got
to post on our uh, business page, we need new videos. We
right.
need to for
New
and for
content.
that, yes. And so for that, we need to run workshops. And to run workshops, we need some funds. We need some budget, obviously, to arrange those many students. So to arrange those many students, we need to market things. We have tried to get some people from our network, but I think we had advertised before about a workshop. So the initial plan of running that workshop was so that we can get enough number of students, and we'll run a workshop and we'll record that workshop and we'll use those videos in bits and pieces on our pages to
Got,
promote our content.
got it. Actually, I just want to talk about that because you just got me really excited there because I think when a lot of people talk about, oh, people say like, we do social media, right? What does that mean? That doesn't mean anything. And so, because what I like what you said there is you want to run workshops so you can record it, so you can have real video content from the workshops, right? Because I think some people go on LinkedIn and they'll use a stock photo. They might even use AI to like write the ad copy. And so they might be posting a lot of content, but like it feels generic, it feels unpersonal, it feels like AI created it, right? And again, we talked about AI is a tool, right? And it's good or bad based on how well you use it. If you use it badly, it's a bad tool. If you use it well, it's a good tool, right? And so I like what you're saying there about recording these workshops. And this is also related to like recording this podcast, for example, right? Is that people then get to see you in your element, right? It's authentic, it's real. They get to see you at the front of the classroom teaching, building a demonstration, working on a robot, demonstrating how to use AI, seeing students also like if students ask you questions, right? Like using those questions as content, you answering the question, right? It's like you in your element. It's very real. And that kind of content, I feel people will resonate a lot more strongly with because it feels real. It doesn't feel like a stock image, right? It's personal, it's real. And so I really like that you're taking that step because that's something that people are going to connect with.
Yes, we want to have organic content. So for that, we'll obviously need time to make that content and to post that. So we decided that we'll go slow, but we'll go organically. We didn't bought any followers. Uh, Initially, we have decided let's buy some followers on Instagram, but our marketing team lead said no, we'll run. Our idea has potential. We'll run everything organically. Over time, we will get the people, we will get the audience. So just wait for a few months, and inshallah, we'll get the audience, the right audience who are
Hmm.
actually interested into our idea. So we have decided to slow things down once we'll get a good funding, or maybe if we won this competition, the Udan competition, we'll get the funding and mentorship, that how we should proceed. Because truly speaking, all of us are of almost same age group. We are not very old to know everything, or we don't have much experience in businesses. So we all are new, all my teammates, we all are new into this, but we have potential and we are very motivated that we have to work for this cause. So whatever it takes, we'll do it, and we are motivated and hopeful that we'll develop something big in
Right.
Pakistan, inshallah.
Your team is young, energetic. You've got a clear mission of like what you want to accomplish. You've got maybe a little chip on your shoulder of being like, I will show you what we can do here, what we can build. So you've got that fire inside of you. I like that. I like that. Has there been anything else? And I know we're a little bit over time here, so we'll get wrapping up here in a second. Have there been any other big or unexpected challenges that you faced in?
I think another challenge is that all of us are working on our jobs. We haven't left our jobs for the business. We have decided to build this side by side. So sometimes the time for meetings, we decide time, and someone is unable to make it on the time, or maybe unavailable for the meeting, because currently we don't have any on-site space. We are running and contacting each other remotely. If we have to conduct workshop, we book or rent some place to run the workshop. So I think that's also a challenge, that all of us have to pursue our jobs to support our cause financially, because we
Right.
don't have big funders behind us. We are building it from scratch. We are building it from the income we have. So we didn't decide it that we didn't decide that we have to leave our jobs to pursue this dream. We decided that we'll do this small step by step, but with our jobs continuing, we are working on this. So I
Got
think
it.
in future, if we got the good funding, we can own a space, office space, and we can leave our jobs. So to pursue this full time, and this will solve many of our problems, that the things which are very slowed down by now can become a little faster, and we can work full time on our dream.
Got it. Okay. And that's one of the avenues that you're pursuing too, is like finding ways to find investors, reach out to investors, and to find people who believe in your vision to start investing in the project.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So I know we're about at time here. Is there anything else? Well, first of all, if people have heard your message today and they're like, okay, Zara, I like her. She's interesting. Third Revolution, this is something that I want to get into. I want to learn more. I want to sign up for. Where do people find out more about you? How do they join Third Revolution?
Okay, so you can connect me on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn is Zara Zamir. Zara Zamir is my LinkedIn, or you can also connect with me on Facebook or Instagram, maybe, if you need. Otherwise, my email is zahrazamir18@gmail.com. I think you can post, or maybe add that with the video in the text form. So I will share that with you. People can connect with me through email or LinkedIn if they want, and if they want to support our vision. And if anybody needs more information regarding our business idea, how things are working here, so I can give details about that also.
For sure. I will share your details in the show notes below. Is there anything else as we wrap up here? Any last thoughts that you'd like to share with people about who you are, what you guys do? Any last thoughts?
Okay, so third revolution AI is the revolution that can revolutionize, or is an opportunity for the third world countries to stand with the first world country. I want I want the first world countries to support the underdeveloped countries, to stand with them, because if the world get the equal opportunities, I feel that there will be harmony, there will be no insecurities among people. Things should be on merit. Everybody get the equal chance, equal opportunities. We all talk about equal opportunities, equal rights, but we really see things working out. Education is one thing that can work if you provide the right education to the right people, or right skills, basically. More than education, education is, I think, a word. that doesn't support the idea of skills now in nowadays. Traditional education doesn't support skills. So I want the right skills should be endorsed in people so they can learn the skill to support their finances, to support their country. So the third world countries won't have to import much of the stuff and take loans for them. So I think I want first world country to support the mission and the cause in education that each student should be given a right to learn about AI. That's our mission, and I want everyone to support it and to at least vouch for the idea. Thank you so
Mm.
much.
Zara, it has been an absolute pleasure to have you on the show today. It's hard to put into words. Again, the I can tell the level of dedication that you have, like how strong this mission is for you and your intelligence, and still, how young you are, but yet how much you've accomplished and how much you've done. I can tell that you are going to go far in this world. You're going to accomplish great things. So it's been a pleasure to have you on here today, and I'm genuinely interested in following your journey and where you take this and how things grow and develop from here. So thank you very much for taking the time to join us here today.
Thank you so much, Arthur. Thank you so much. It means a lot.
We'll
I
talk
wish you
soon.
best of luck to for I wish you best of luck you do for your broadcast, and I hope you grow, and I hope your YouTube channel get a lot of following and a lot of subscribers.
Fantastic. We'll keep you in the loop. Again, you've got the fortune here being one of our early guests on the show, so we'll let you know how things grow and develop. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.